Your Excellency, Mr. President Paul Kagame, Your Excellency, Madam First Lady, Honorable Ministers, Your Excellency, Mr. Antoine Onfray, Ambassador of France, and all the other ambassadors present here. Muraho, Endi Chimye Chane, Namve, Mura Bibona, Irkadmuri Afrika, Yego. I think that for the 2 or 3 people in the auditorium who are not fluent in Kinyarwanda, please allow me to continue in English, Mr. President, if you are okay. I know that, you know that if you want, because I am Rwandan, if you want to follow the rules of the Rwandan culture, I have not to show any emotion. Look at our president. We never know what he thinks about. It's always like that. But I am also French. And I have to confess that I am stressed since 2 weeks or more. I'm stressed all the week now. I was stressed in the lab, especially because I don't know why one of our audiovisual technician remove the connection with the electricity. So I have seen that the president was not very happy. Sorry. Question is, why an IRCAD in Africa and why an IRCAD in Rwanda? So let me just tell you an anecdote. An anecdote 10 years ago. I was at Stanford University as a visiting professor, and the chairman, a very good friend, Tom Scrummel, organized a light lunch for me with the most brilliant students from the medical school. And upon my interaction with these brilliant students, I was asked, how do I find my purpose in life? So I was so surprised by the question, but I immediately and spontaneous answer. Take just the time to reflect on your values and interests. Just ask yourself what is it that brings to you sense and joy and fulfillment. Be ambitious. Be ambitious enough to think and to make a positive impact on the world. And above all, never be satisfied of what you have achieved. Never hesitate to go beyond, to surpass yourself. Never hesitate to be ahead of your limits. Take a risk every day. Be crazy. And I know when I say, be crazy. And catch any opportunity. Step out of the rules. Step out of the rules. And you will discover that the purpose of life is an evolving process of self-discovery, and most of all, it arrives in the most unexpected places. And today, it's the best example of the purpose of life. Not a personal one, but the one of a strong international team called the IRCAD family. IRCAD family refuses to accept the misfortune of 2.5 billion of the worldwide population who has no access to a safe surgery. It is unacceptable. The IRCAD family refuses to accept that most patients today in the world are still operated on in a very aggressive way. IRCAD family dreams about a better world for patients. And today, this dream becomes reality in Africa. So thank you, all of you, international faculty, industrial partners, all the generous donors from France, from America, from Africa. Remember, Madam First Lady, the charity business that you have organized. You had nearly $1 million in one evening. For me, when I try to do that, if I have 32,000 euros, I am happy. So it's not the same. So thank you, really, because we are going with you in Rwanda, all the technology applied to improve surgery, and cherry on the cake, we will do that in an outstanding environment. Many thanks to the talent of our architect, Patrick Schweitzer. What an exceptional challenge, Patrick, to mix African culture and new technology. Certainly, you will have again an award. But Patrick, you are an artist. So that means you never take care about cost. I don't know where you are. You never take care about time. And hopefully, you were assisted by Yannick. Yannick was in the front line on site. Many thanks to both of you. And all of you this morning in the auditorium, when you arrived this morning, when you have seen the building, you felt this wow effect. It is a jewel of architecture which precisely gives a standard image of this country. It will be a catalyst for all African surgeons and computer scientists. Finally, the most important thing I have to confess is that this project was only made possible thanks to the vision of our president. I say our president because my name is Shuti and you are my president also. You know, Mr. President, it's difficult to share with you the different emotions I experienced during several meetings I had with President Paul Kagame. It's difficult. I remember the first time my wife was terrorized. So she was unable to say, hello, Mr. President. I remember it was like that. Because you are an impressive person. What I have to say is that if it can be said that the most illustrious French politician of the 20th century was undoubtedly Charles de Gaulle, it cannot be seriously disputed that Paul Kagame is the most illustrious African head of state. That's true. I have no interest to flatter you, Mr. President, because today I don't look at any position in your government, except if you insist. But you are really, I say that from my heart, you are a providential man who develops the idea that Rwanda first and then Africa must conquer their dignity, taking their destiny into their own hands. You have resurrected this country, which has been declared by all the world clinically dead, and that deserves really our total respect. President Paul Kagame, you are showing to the world that a government can act as a private successful company, recruiting the best brilliant brains to form your ministries, and not only politicians. Today you have once more proven that thanks to your vision, Rwanda is going to be the light of Africa in the field of computer science and education in surgery. So thank you, Mr. President, to allow me to be part of this adventure. And IRCAD is just a piece. You have seen the project this morning shown by Minister of Health. It's just a piece because you have an ambitious project, and this ambitious project is Kigali Health City. And that will be done in less than 10 years. So I have also to thank you, dear Sabine. It's difficult to pronounce your real name, so dear Sabine, because you are dear Sabine, and so simple, Minister of Health. Thank you to the former Minister of Health. I work with. Thank you, President King, also Charles, David, and all your dedicated, strong local team here in Rwanda. For me, it's an amazing day. And I would like to thank you, all you in this auditorium, but I want also to say something. We need you. Your presence today reminds me a message from President John Fitzgerald Kennedy during his inaugural address in January 1961. That I copy in one of your interviews, Mr. President. My fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask for what you can do for your country. So today, dear friends, in this auditorium, all here ask what you can do for IRCAD Africa. Murakoze.